Hello, friends. Ever consider we may be in a state of malnutrition? The lack of wholesome meals are major contributing factors towards disease and behaviors, just like oil and gas to a working vehicle. Not to mention lifestyle are very real considerations. After 20 plus years of listening, surveying, observations, and hosting retreats, I interacted with many patients and their families. I myself was a patient overcame 3 major health challenges. My experience and insights will help to equip you, my audience, to unpack and eliminate guessworks before you visit your doctors. Welcome to my show, Optimize Wellness and Maximize Life by way of 1 degree change. Hello, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 3. And I'm excited to talk a little more about what inflammation does to distort our metabolism, as well as what we are to pay attention to in regards to our health. And ultimately, inflammation really can affect our whole body's metabolism. And talking about preventive wellness, and I just want to bring attention to what inflammation does to our body. Many people do not understand the implication and some of the signs and symptoms of inflammation that is happening to our body. This is all in the topic of the body's metabolism, how you gain weight, lose weight, and how we can do everything we need to, if possible, can be just 1 degree at a time. So let's delve into the effects of inflammation and how you can know what's going on in the body. Number 1, when it is extremely inflamed, that's happening to the body, or we can call it low grade, which is very subtle and people don't even realize it's happening. But when it's on extreme inflammation, it can affect your gut, which is what we call the microbiome, and it can give room to infections. It can contribute to your mood of anxiety, and it can also affect your daily routine, your mood. And I want to introduce you to understand the mind-body connection within the unfortunate situation of inflammations. Now, why is it becoming such an epidemic here? Half of it is not your fault. The other half is we don't know what we don't know. And many of us go to the doctor, get a diagnosis, and we are very upset or stressed, but not knowing how it even got there to begin with. So I want to talk a little bit about when you have inflammation, the subtle chronic stuff that's happening, where it can affect you, and how you can recognize it, and some of the signs and symptoms. And then before we end, there's one thing I want to introduce you to make some adjustment to your daily routine and how you can do as much as you can within your everyday lives is to help eliminate as much inflammation as possible. So let's watch this commercial. It's not a commercial to sell, but is a commercial to explain to everybody how God had healed me from 3 major health challenges. Some of them came from inflammations. And some part is just that I didn't know one incident, actually, it was an accident that can cause the brain to inflame so much. And when I got healed, I am telling you, everything cleared up and I could think, I could speak better, and the headache was gone. But how do I keep my healing? And this is one of the biggest challenge that I wanted to let people know. That's an event, but to maintain it, you have to co-labor. And to feed your body well, your attitude and gratitude really, really matters. So let me introduce you to this testimony of healing. And then the other part is how you keep your healing and bring it to another level of health for preventive reasons. So watch. Hi, Dr. Mary Axness here. At age 72, I finally retired. And guess what? I wrote a book. It's called Optimize Wellness and Maximize Life. And you know what? God healed me from 3 major medical challenges. One of them was a serious brain concussion injury over 10 years ago. And the doctor said there's nothing they can do other than just sit on the porch and rock. That didn't sit well with me at all. So I do what I knew best to do, eat myself back to health, plus co-labor with God, and did a lot of study and understand how to feed the brain well and recover. Now I can say, order this book. I'm going to have classes over this too. And come along and grow young with me. Retirement is just a new chapter. Well, welcome back. A very exciting thing is recently my husband built me a hen house, and I'm so excited to show a quick clip of how I gather fresh eggs every day now. It did take a while, so you have to have patience if you're gonna start having your own hens and collect eggs. It is a very fun thing to do. Now, getting back to the topic of inflammations, how did it develop? It developed from sometimes lifestyle. In my case, I had a severe brain injury, and it got to a point that it really impacted my memory. And I was told just no medications, no therapies. You're just going to have to live with, possibly have an Alzheimer or dementia diagnosis eventually. You saw how mad I was. There's no way. So I literally trust God, did everything I can to understand my brain, and choose herbs and foods to feed myself. And today I am so grateful that I'm back. And not only that, I did finish my career with a beautiful finish. And stress, sleep, your heart, your brain can all be affected by inflammation. So I hope you find this episode helpful, and to the degree that you will just do one thing. Don't try to conquer everything. That testimony that I share, it took me 2.5 years. It was pretty devastating because I can't remember hardly anything. And I start writing notes, have sticky notes everywhere, but most important was it affected my sleep. And for over 2 years, I did not sleep well. And when you don't sleep well, uh, I knew what was happening, but there was no way I can express it. There was no drugs. and the doctors were not very helpful, but thankfully, I was given a very good attitude with nothing but hope. So I call myself an ambassador of hope towards finishing strong, healthy, and able to do all the things I wanted to do, living a life stronger, healthier, and maybe even longer. So when you're over 65, have a brain injury, that's very serious. And in fact, my family didn't know what to do with me. I wasn't bad enough that I could be put in a home, but at the same time, they also are well aware that I'm a fighter. And you have to fight for yourself. Be a friend to yourself. That's what I've been talking about to this show. We women take care of everyone, but sometimes we really forget. If you don't nourish yourself well, you really can't take care of anybody else. So investing in your health and wellness is major. And so I want to keep telling everybody, take care of yourself well, nourish yourself well, and watch this little clip about how I collect fresh eggs every day. You know what? It really helps with my brain because choline is the egg yolk that actually feeds the fat deficit that is in our brain. Now, that is your 1 degree change. Eat some eggs, at least 2 to 4 every week, because that's the kind of fat that your brain really love. And unfortunately, we have had so many years of talking about fat-free this, fat-free that, and the processed packaged food. Most of them have no nutritional value. Once in a while, if you have to, sure, but don't even think about not preparing your own food. Help yourself, feed your body well. So, watch this little clip about how I harvest eggs every day. I hope this encourages you to eat some eggs and don't overcook it. Scramble is great, and don't overdo it with the salt because our brain, our inflammation system, our metabolism for Americans do not require as much salt. We put salt into everything. So come back to eggs. Eggs has natural choline that your brain needs for fat. Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing you eat, but for some people, because they are either vegan or so into the vegetarian or plant-based diet, they forget to feed their brain with egg yolk. Now, when it's fresh, the way I harvest it, I eat them fresh. I know some people say, oh, I get so grossed out. But you know, when it's still warm, you can't get any more organic. And it is the most healthy food that you can feed your brain. So be alert to your body. When you have inflammations, it can really affect your cognitive area, such as headache, and also create unusual cravings that we normally don't feel like, oh, well, you just wanting to eat sugar, wanting to eat salty food. In fact, when we pay attention to our behavior, remember, we call it at I Have Today the ABC awareness brings on changes. So help yourself by looking at your body and say, how am I feeling today? What are some of the symptoms? One thing I can really suggest all of us to do is to journal your day. Like, how are you doing? How is your garden growing? Your microbiome? Are you feeling stuck? Are there a lot of gas? But feeding yourself well with just choline, it will help your brain down the road. Now, of course, if you can get fresh eggs, that's even better. So I want you to watch this short clip about how I harvest eggs every day. And it is so fun. And to me, I'm so grateful that my husband, I call him Lumberjack, he really score high with me on the spectrum of building this hen house so that we can all have eggs. And for some of you who may not be able to obtain fresh eggs, go to the farmer's market or check with your neighbors if they have hen house. And our 12 girls, hens, they are producing 10 to 15 eggs a day. And that's a good thing. And it's such a blessing. So watch. Hi. Today I'm going to say hi to my girls. Look, we have 12 of them, and they are so excited to see me because I get to give them food. And see, they're all coming out and greet me. And I'm going to come here and check to see how many eggs they laid. And this is the hatching box. Take a look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, here they are. Oh boy. Wow. Look at this. Oh, five. Oh my. Some of them are still warm. Here we go. And thank you, girls. I hope you enjoyed that little episode. I had so much fun. And the most important thing is, I really, really enjoy. The little girl just came back out in me. And when your brain is working better, you sleep better, and you have so much more confidence. As women, I want to encourage you that you will finish strong and be alert to your health status. Get a check. Now, about inflammation, when you can eat choline or eliminate things that can bring on low grade chronic inflammation, that means you are helping alleviating uh, dementia or Alzheimer's and maybe even Parkinson. It's very complex. Your brain, your cognitive area can really affect your gut. It's very interconnected. When we go to the doctors, we think one doctor, two doctors, then the third one, and the fourth one. We are being fed with a lot of chemicals. Sometimes you need it, but a lot of times you need to start discontinuing some in a small dose at a time. Be sure you connect with your doctor. Show him or show her that you may be able to eat healthier food and change your lifestyle, and ask if it is time to readjust the dosage. And hopefully, down the road, I'll be talking more about regenerative medicine from the cellular level and how you can eat to prevent illness. I kept saying that there are three groups of people: some that have been really ill, chronically ill, and They really need medical and nutritional attentions. Then there is another group, like many of us, they're in the middle. They are called caregiver group. They take care of the older people and then they have to take care of the younger ones. And many of us are what we call in the gap generations. Now, I call them the caregiver need just as much care and nutrition than the one that's chronically ill or already have a serious diagnosis. Then there's another group of people like me. I want to do everything preventively. And this is what majority of what this show is all about. How to manage your own health and wellness in a regenerative way. And that's in the future episodes. Just wanted to give you a little heads up. So, inflammation, it can affect your mood, it can affect your weight, and inflammation can be caused by parasitic neurotoxins, food additives. Speaking about food additives, packaged foods, they are designed to be addictive. I'll talk more about it in another episode. But this one, eat some eggs, like 2 to 4 or 5 a week is very healthy, especially the egg yolk. Now, there were people that actually get rid of the yolk and keep the white. You are eliminating healthy fats when you do that. So, I strongly advise people to eat the whole egg. And the most important thing is it's about your body. But pay attention if it can help increase your awareness that your brain is actually functioning better. Then, of course, don't forget to drink. Hydration is very important too. I realize, especially in the wintertime, a lot of people think, well, I drink more in the summer. Oh no, suddenly we don't realize that we're adding inflammation to the body when we don't drink enough. So, just a reminder, add a little bit, 1% of cranberry juice to your water can go a long way, because some people complain about, oh, how boring drinking plain water is. No, your body really needs it. And when you eat eggs, that I've been talking about, the 1 degree change, the choline is the fat that your brain needs so bad. Of course, there are other fats. Um, we will talk more about it. There's different types of fats. But today, the one thing you can do is to add eggs to your diet. Um, a lot of people, I didn't realize, because of misinformation, they eliminated eggs. And so what happened is they just forget about having eggs, the choline, and even egg whites. There's a reason why God created chicken to give us eggs. The hens, they are so happy. I feel like when I go to my hen house, you can see the picture. It is a lot of fun. Now, some people say, well, I add eggs and I really either love it or don't like it. Majority of the people, they eat eggs through an omelet, and nothing wrong with it, but get some eggs in your diet almost every day. And for some people say, well, I don't want to eat eggs every day, I'll get fat. Egg also has protein. You can do it hot boil, you can do it scramble, you can do it poach, but whatever you can do. Now there are studies saying that there are some young people, they call it biohacking. That's a new term. to many people, they can eat up to 6 or 10 eggs a week. And I have family members says, "Oh, this is great. We have a hen house," and they eat a lot of eggs. Well, my cautious advice is don't overdo it. We don't have long-term study. It's called Google advice. So be careful. Watch your body. Do you develop constipation when you eat too much eggs? You still need hydration, fluid. You still need vegetables. But today I want to emphasize eggs and the choline and all the constituents in eggs is very good for brain health. And I have to say, there are too many people now are diagnosed with pre-Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's, um, dementia, it didn't happen overnight. Unfortunately, if you don't take care of your brain health, it can lead to strokes and it will affect your cardio wellness. But majority of the time, it puts your microbiome out of balance. So this week, add eggs to your diet. And many people really like eggs, the flavor of eggs, and just a little bit of olive oil, stir either sunny side up, but don't overcook the egg. And I would strongly advise enjoy healthy dose of fresh farm eggs if you can, and if not, get it from your neighbors and check out who's got a hen house like me and enjoy eggs. And your brain will love you for it. And eggs are not difficult for your digestion. So start enjoying eggs, whether it's in omelet or soft scramble. It's easy on your digestion. So I appreciate you watching this episode. You realize I have overcame a lot of serious issues with my health. That's the reason why I'm here today, to bring awareness, to be grateful for what we have. After all, we only have today. And I want to close this uh, episode with a dose of gratefulness. Remember, every night before I go to bed, and I want to lead you just the last minute or two how grateful we are just to have today. So, Father, I thank you, God, for being a good father to take care of your sons and daughters, children of all ages. Thank you that we don't know how you have protected us, how you have helped us avoid worse things. So today, I am grateful for what you have done. You have protected us, and you help our body to be able to eat, sleep, I call it poop, sweat, and to be able to play, enjoy each other, enjoy our families, and thankful that we could eat eggs today. And so I want to close this thanking you that you come on this show, and let's celebrate life and thank God that we have today. See you next time, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget to leave me a comment, or if you have something specific you want to reach out to me, go to info at onedegreechangetv.com. And that's how you can reach me. And also, listen to your doctors, and be reasonable with them. After all, they're just like us. So, thank you for watching.